Hi, this is Hardeep Dhaliwal, and today we are going to learn to use the basic Excel formulas shown on your screen. So we will learn to use these 8 formulas in an example sheet. The example sheet we are going to use today is this monthly household budget sheet. Monthly household items are listed in column A. These items include income and various expenses. Values of these items for 6-month period from January to June are in column B to G. In columns H to L, we will calculate 6-month item total, item count, monthly item average, and item monthly maximum and minimum values. Now moving on to the rows. In row 11, we will calculate the monthly expense total. Monthly savings will be calculated by subtracting total monthly expenses from monthly income in row 12. The basic mathematical operations could be performed in 2 ways in Excel. First is by using the basic signs such as plus or minus. Second, by using built-in functions in Excel. However, keep in mind not all basic operations have built-in functions. So let's begin by adding the income for 6 months. So the formula starts with equal sign. The formula could be typed in either in the cell itself or in the formula bar on the top. Both will work fine. So let's start by using the plus sign for addition. We start that by typing in equal sign and then we select the cell references for the values we need to add up. We can do that in 2 ways. We can either select the cell by using the mouse pointer or we can type in the cell reference. After each cell reference, we would need to type in the plus sign operator for addition. Once all the cell references are entered or selected, press return. Now, if you double click on the cell with the formula, it will highlight all the values that are part of the formula with color coding. Now, let's do addition using the sum function. So we start by typing an equal sign and then SUM, select the sum function from the drop down, and now we select the values we need to add up. Press return to get the sum. Now, this method was when you have values in consecutive cells. If that's not the case and you need to select individual cells, you can also do that. So in that case, you will select each cell and then separate them by commas. Here I'm selecting the same 6 cells one by one, separating them by commas. And for comparison, to select the consecutive cells, just select them all in one go, like this. Pressing return will get you the sum. Now copying this formula to other items in the same column is very straightforward. So when the cell with the formula is selected, you will see a small green square in the bottom right corner. Move the mouse pointer over it and the mouse pointer will turn into a solid plus sign. Once that happens, click on it and drag it down to the other cells where you want to copy the formula. As you can see here in the formula bar, the cell references have automatically changed when you drag the formula down. Now let's go to column I and count the number of months using the formula count. So we start with equal sign and then we type in COUNT. Once you start typing it, you will see a drop-down menu and you should see count on top. After the formula is selected, you need to select the values or the cells you need to count. Press return and then drag down the formula to other cells to copy it. Let's now go to column J and calculate the monthly average of each item. We will do it in 2 ways. Firstly, by dividing the 6-month item total by month count, and secondly, by using built-in Excel formula average. After equal sign, start typing average and the formula will appear in the drop-down. Select the formula and then select the values for which we need to take the average. Press return and you will get the average. Drag it down to other cells to copy the formula. In column K, we will use the max formula to find out the maximum value out of the 6 values for 6 months. Similarly, in column L, we will use min formula to find out the minimum value out of the 6 values for 6 months. Now we can select both cells at the same time and drag them down together to copy the formulas to other cells in the columns. Let's do some spot checks to ensure the formulas worked correctly. Looking at utilities, the highest expense for utilities is $320 for February, and that's the maximum value we got in column K for utilities. Looking at vacation expenses, the maximum value we have is $1,000, and that's what we have found in column K for the maximum value for vacation expense. So the formulas did work perfectly. Now let's try multiplication. So let's multiply the monthly item average for mortgage with the month count of 6 to find out if we can get the same total of 12,000 as the 6-month total. So we will start by typing in equal sign and then selecting monthly item average, adding multiplication sign or operator, and multiplying that value by month count. Press return and we get 12,000, which is equal to the 6-month item total for mortgage expense. Now let's go to row 11 and let's total the expenses for each month. In this case, let's use the quick AutoSum feature of Excel to total the expenses for each month. So to use AutoSum, first we need to select the cells that we need to sum or add. Once the cells are selected, we go to AutoSum, which is available in the top right corner of Excel toolbar. Click on AutoSum and the sum will appear in the next cell in the same column. Now let's try it again for February month. Select the cells, click AutoSum, and the sum appears in the next cell in the same column. Excel is warning us that we have not included an adjacent cell in our calculation. Let's update the formula to include the left out cell, and it includes the income value. But that's not what we want, as we are adding up only the expenses. So we will ignore Excel's suggestion. Let's now try to use the built-in sum function for adding the expenses. And to copy the formula for other months, drag it to the right. Let's now calculate the monthly savings. To calculate monthly savings, we will be subtracting total monthly expenses from income for each month. So in this case, we will be using the minus sign. So let's begin with equal sign and then selecting the cell reference for income. And then using the minus sign, we subtract total monthly expenses from the income. To copy the formula for other months, drag it to the right. If you need just a quick sum, average, or count of a range of values or cells, we do not need to use formulas. There is a very useful feature in Excel to do that quickly. Let's try it on income for 6 months. Once the 6 income values are selected, look at the right side of this bottom bar. It displays the average, count, and sum of the selected values. I use this feature all the time when working with numbers. Hopefully this video was helpful. I'll be posting more videos like this on Excel in the coming weeks. If you have any questions regarding today's content or would like me to cover a specific topic, feel free to mention that in the comments section. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care.